Darren Leslie here with my review of Cloverfield. Cloverfield is a film about a group of New Yorkers that are thrown under the shroud of a mysterious beast that has emerged from the harbor and is tearing up New York City. Cloverfield is one of those movies that always fascinated me from the minute I saw the first teaser. Which, a little history lesson, we actually didn't know the title of the film until about 2 months before release. No one knew what this film was or what it was about, and it sparked one of the greatest viral marketing periods of all time. Don't mind me, quick wardrobe change, sorry about that. Speculation was rampant in trying to find out what this movie was. Some thought it was a zombie picture, some thought they could see a demon in the trailer. Some thought it was a Voltron movie for some reason. That was the only part of the speculation I ever got. I mean, people misinterpreted this line.
I saw it, it's alive, it's huge!
As I saw it, it's a lion, it's huge. Okay. I just never got that. I mean, clearly it says, I saw it, it's alive, it's huge. That line doesn't make that much sense either. I mean, if I saw a giant alligator coming down the street, I want to be like, I saw it, it's alive, it's huge. I'd be more like, giant alligator, run that way. The speculation for this movie may have been more fun for some people than the actual product. But for me, Cloverfield, after giving the movie another watch, still remains one of my favorite films. The moment you see the Statue of Liberty's head skid across New York Street and people run up to it taking pictures and screaming, we're at war, and you hear whispers in the crowd of, was there another attack? You're automatically thrown into this grounded reality, this grounded monster movie. And I really like that about this film. It's a chaotic, believable environment. It's a New York that actually feels like New York. Where this to actually happen, I'm not saying New York's a chaotic environment right now. It never took me out of it. I felt like I was actually in the streets with these people. And in this movie, one of the things I like about a few films that do this, what I really like is that we know as much as the characters know. We see everything from their point of view. In normal monster movies, you usually start with a scientist or something, where they're debriefing us, giving us this long exposition scene about the monster can do this, it came from here, I created it, oh my god, that kind of stuff. In Cloverfield, we never get that. We're the bystanders in this movie. We're the people who are screaming from Godzilla, running throughout the streets, bridges are falling. We're not the military, we're not the heroes, we're just the people on the ground in this movie, and I really, really like that. I love how they did that in this film. Not every single film has to abide by that, but I just like when some films don't tell us everything. They don't give us all the answers. Cloverfield gives us enough to see a little bit of the big picture, and it also gives you something to talk about when you leave the cinema. Years later, there's still discussion about where this thing came from, about certain scenes that happen in this film. Sometimes not having all the questions answered in your film, it gives it longevity. It gives it, you can actually, your film moves on past its release and there's still things to talk about. The characters in this film still, while slight assholes, gives us something to latch onto. They go on a journey in this film to get one of their friends out of the city before it's leveled by the military. The main character to this day is someone I want to punch repeatedly, but also give a hug and say, everything's gonna be alright. He's a bit of a douchebag, but still cares, but in a weird way that makes him more tangible. It makes him a little bit more real. HUD, the man behind the camera, gives us our comic relief throughout the film, and he also provides his own speculations on the monster himself. Lilith is our heart in this movie. She has a very nurturing personality about her. And Marlena is a very interesting character with a hint of a damaged past in there. Necessary pauses between the chaos brings out the realism and the humanity of the situation. There are some very heartfelt, quiet moments in this film that I really appreciate, that when those moments happen, you find out a lot more about these characters. You have these people deal with tragedy, but also display acts of courage. They deal with the situation not only through tears and terror, but also through humor as well. These characters feel real and haven't left my memory since I first lit my eyes on the film. The monster isn't the main focus of this movie. This movie could have easily gone balls to the wall, giant POV, monster action fight where there's explosions and shit. It could have easily done that, but it actually has character moments. And I'm glad they went that direction with this film. But when the monster shows up, he shows up. How they use Clover, as it has been dubbed, never feels wasted. This creature makes an impression every time it's on screen, living up to its mystery. As does its parasites, these things that fall off of its body. They add an entire new aspect of horror to the mix. They're included in a pivotal yet terrifying subway chase that you probably don't want to watch in the dark. As much as I love Cloverfield, I would be the first to admit, no, it's not a perfect film. No, it's not for everybody. Some may see it as just another generic monster movie. For some, it may have not lived up to the hype. And some may be throwing up in a trash can due to motion sickness. But for me, it will always be one of my favorite films. It introduced a realistic setting that was met with an extraordinary event, having a nice balance of humor, horror, and character moments throughout. And it showed the world what director Matt Reeves can do, which you would know from the most recent Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and also Let Me In, which I would also recommend. Cloverfield is also a world where there could be dozens of stories. Almost everybody has one of these things, or one of these things. And seeing the attack from multiple angles would be kind of cool. Maybe do something on Netflix of some sort, or I know there are rumors that Cloverfield may turn into an anthology series, because 10 Cloverfield Lane, J.J. Abrams has said that it's not really a direct sequel, so, I mean, maybe Cloverfield might turn into that, but, well, we'll see. But Cloverfield is a universe that could be mined. There is interesting material to be mined there. Also, this is one of the few found footage films that actually presented a legitimate reason for running around with a camera during an extraordinary event like this. It's not like Paranormal Activity 4 when the girl got knocked out of her closet by a fucking ghost and her father got dragged across the street by a ghost and she went to go pick up her camera instead of calling the police. So nothing like that happens in this film. There are even moments when the characters like put the fucking camera down, but this guy's like, I gotta do it, but so there's just realism. I like realism. Not fucking running around. Call the fucking cops. Come on. Police, the priest. I mean, I don't care. You can run over there. You can run over there. Just why bring the camera? Why bring the camera? It's not gonna do anything. Just no one's gonna find. And it's just fuck. That was my rant on Paranormal Activity 4, and this was my review of Cloverfield. I would recommend giving it a look before 10 Cloverfield Lane, just to see if they are connected in any type of way. And also, Cloverfield is a pretty good movie. It's a nice movie for the weekend. Pop it in Friday night. Get some friends. It's a good little thrill movie. I mean, if you don't like, because the camera does move a lot. It's a found footage movie, so if you do get sick with that kind of stuff, probably stay away from it. But yeah, if you have no problem with motion sickness and you want a good thrill, I would definitely recommend this movie. Whether or not 10 Cloverfield Lane is a direct sequel to Cloverfield, regardless, the premise still looks pretty good. It still looks very interesting. These movies with like 3 people in them, I'm really enjoying them so far. So hopefully I can add this movie to my list. Speaking of which, the 10 Cloverfield Lane review will probably be out Thursday morning, so keep an eye out for that. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like hearing me talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for joining me in this review and sometimes ramble of Cloverfield. I'm going to start doing this a little bit more with movies that, if there's a sequel coming out, I'll definitely review the predecessor. Probably will do one for Man of Steel. I'm probably going to do a review for Man of Steel also, since Batman v Superman is coming out. And later down the road, maybe Captain America Civil War. When Civil War comes out, I'll probably do a Winter Soldier review. So yeah, I'm probably going to start doing these a little bit more, just for getting a chance to review some of these past films that I love, or I feel indifferent about, or I hate, or just whatever, just to get my thoughts out there a little bit. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Darren Leslie, and I'll catch you next time.